Now you have your foot in the door of a large business and you need to move forward, right? If you don't have your foot in the door, I've got some tips for you, so make sure you check out the previous video. The link is in the description. As for the rest of you, you're probably excited to know what is the next step, right? You're thinking, what is it that finally helps me win my pitch? Hi, I'm Jennifer Baxavanis. I help sales teams and professionals with sales roles increase their closing rate. I'll be sharing the last actions, which are the most important ones of all. They are about aligning yourself with decision makers and stakeholders on a much deeper level, especially during your pitch, the most critical phase so far. Doing the right things in the beginning gets you to the decision-making panel, but then it's what you do at the end that matters most of all. So where to begin? You've made your list, connected with contacts within the target company, networked internally, and now you are meeting with the decision-making panel. How do you handle those on the decision-making panel who might seem harder to convince? This leads us to a crucial action I want to share with you. Customize your value proposition. The tricky part is what is valuable may be different for each stakeholder. So knowing what is important to each one will be crucial to help you shape how you adapt your value proposition to approach them and win. Make sense? Well, here are some tips on how to do that. 1, write down what value means to each of the stakeholders while you are in the meeting before with the influencers and other contacts. Don't be afraid to ask many questions until you have the information that you need. You can ask questions like, what do you think the CEO person is looking for? Or what do you think the difference will make for the CFO? Number 2, put yourself in the prospect's shoes to be able to frame value in terms of each individual's position in the buying organization. If you cannot get that information from others, visualize what the difference is in value, for example, the CEO or the CFO, and how that differs from another person like a procurement employee. You fill in the blanks. Put on their hat and walk in their shoes. The point is, think like your prospect. What do they want from you? Number 3, lead with specific benefits and not features. Share with stakeholders how your benefits meets their needs. Why? Because people buy outcomes, deliverables, and change, not features. Do this right and you'll open both ears. 4, refine your value proposition. This means refine it as you learn more from each meeting. Eventually, you'll gain a clearer sense of what each stakeholder finds valuable. The more you do it, the better you will get at figuring it out and refining your proposition. Practice makes perfect. Finally, you are invited to make your pitch to a panel of decision makers. How do you prepare for a super successful delivery? Use leverage when engaging the decision makers, which is the final action I will share with you. What does using leverage mean here? Well, you can use a lot of things. First of all, use your personal touch. Speak to every stakeholder in the decision-making panel personally before the presentation day. Go over the key aspects of your pitch and verify your value and make sure it is valuable. Enthusiasm and precision is key. Next, use your connections. Get your bosses to speak with their counterpoints and counterparts. This strengthens relationships and adds a sense of importance due to your senior leaders attending and being visible in the pitch. It's really all about making you stand out and leaving the best impression as a team. Next, focus on quality, not quantity. Try to avoid at the same time crowding the prospect. You don't want more people on your side than theirs, so make sure that you have the most essential and beneficial people at your pitch at the right place and at the right time. Next, lead with the most vital solutions. Show that you can meet expectations by emphasizing what each stakeholder considers essential and vital as a priority versus the nice to haves. Remember, it's not about you, it's about them. Give them what they want. Finally, do a trial run. Allow your colleagues to critique you, not just your style, but all aspects of the presentation itself. Successfully closing the sale with big, complex companies is not easy. However, mastering the 5 actions I shared in the last video and in this one will put you on the right path to handle difficult challenges, impress decision makers, and ultimately close more deals. Do you find these actions helpful? If so, leave me some comments below. Has this made you think differently about the next big, complex business that you will approach? I hope so. If you enjoyed this video, head over to my blog where I've got some more thoughts, tips, and tricks on how to boost your sales. I've included the link in the description below. Thank you. I'm Jennifer Baxavanis. Stay strong and happy selling.